What's going on, good people of the internet? It's time for OnComicsGrounds.com's flagship podcast, Panel to Panel, where a bunch of folks shoot the breeze and talk about comic books and such. We are back once again to talk about comics and all the good things we love to do with comics, whether it be reading them, streaming them, and all kinds of media different forms. We are here to talk about it once again. And this week we have a special guest joining us, so let's go ahead and get through the boring crap. You can listen to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, YouTube, a couple of the different places. We're still waiting to hear back from iHeartRadio and Pandora, but obviously there's a pandemic outside our window, so I'm going to give them a pass for now. But you can also follow us on Twitter at PTP_podcast, and you can check out the website On Comics Ground on Twitter and Instagram at On Comics Ground, and check out the website every weekday at OnComicsGround.com with some hyphens between those words for me, and you can look at all of our previews, reviews, and solicitations on that website. Alright, my name is James Portis. To my left, we have the man who is enjoying his time in isolation playing League of Legends with his afro growing ever thicker. We have Travis Tucker. How you doing today?
Pretty good. Do you do finger guns before the intro? Is that what I heard?
No.
I heard a snap of the fingers, and then you went at it. It's cool if you do finger guns.
No, I always do a snap the way I can track on Audacity. I always do that way it is a perfect sound clip. The way I can track it and cut it at the right moment.
Okay, no beef. I just wanted to know.
I mean, like, I can do finger guns if you want, but that wasn't no.
I wouldn't see it anyway.
Head cannon. Oh my god. To my left, we have the woman who is surviving this apocalypse with her comic books in her lap at all times. We have Mary. How you doing this evening?
The funny thing is I actually had a comic book in my lap a few minutes ago. But no, I'm fine.
All right. And then we have our special guest for the evening. You can check him out on YouTube. We will have his links in the description. He is also a fellow podcaster. He is having a Kickstarter right now for a brand new website for the online comic database. Mr. AJ Carey, how you doing today?
It could be worse. Could be better. Could be worse.
But you're here.
Shrubbery.
You could be a shrubbery. All right. And then you want to pimp and shout out real quick while you got some time?
Right, my shout out stuff. I got, other than the Kickstarter right now.
Okay.
I got the Retrostatic Radio. I've got a lot. And soon I should have a website for the Bear Prince Productions, which is all the stuff I do.
Okay. Cool. We are going to go ahead and dive into it. So why don't you give folks a little bit of background about the Kickstarter so that way if they want to donate to it and everything, they can.
Well, the Kickstarter is for Online Comic Database, OCDB, because OCD, obviously. But it's 1/3 database, kind of like IMDb, except for comics, except we're also doing web comics and manga, cosplayers possibly, depending on how we do the user interface and everything. We will still have profiles for them, etc., etc. Then we also have its one-part community hub, where we will give shout-outs to podcasters, blogs, commentators, even really fun Twitter accounts that are just comic related, to generally bring everyone together in a unifying field of love. or something like that.
All right. That's a good way to go about it. And like for the folks who want to know more about this, we will have the links below and everything. But in terms of your background in comic books, well, what is your issue 0? What is your origin story?
Well, my parents were comic collectors for the longest time, and we had 11 long boxes of pretty much what I considered the best era for Marvel. Like, we were talking late 70s, early 80s. It was perfect to grow up with West Coast Avengers, Cloak and Dagger, Claremont X-Men, and then I fell in love with the medium. Before I could actually write, I could draw, and so I started drawing, and then I realized I have no artistic talent, so I became a writer. That fell through, so now I'm just me. Which is basically, I love comics. I love the community of comics. I've worked up with What Culture Comics, AIPT for like 3 days, and Unleash the Fanboys, commenting on everything. It's also why I'm kind of opposed to clickbait.
Ooh. Ooh, we were talking about this earlier.
Oh.
That's a topic we'll talk. We can get into that rant.
I mean, like, hey, we're here to talk comics for a little bit, so we can talk about it.
I told you, AJ, we thrive on rants in this show.
Yes, very much so. It's what we do.
It's actually why the major goal, like mission statement for OCDB, is we will still do articles, news, lists, everything like that, but it's for fans. It's not for profit. Mm-hmm. I mean, I would still like to make money, obviously, but
well, yeah.
But instead of having a headline, oh my God, Thor is now a woman, or hey, what's the top 10 reasons Hawkeye sucks?
Oh my God.
Because
me and Screen Rant have had it out repeatedly on the Hawkeye hate.
Why does everyone hate Hawkeye? I don't understand.
Probably just because of MCU Hawkeye.
Oh, God.
And even then, MCU Hawkeye is just mediocre.
Yeah.
Mediocre?
And then annoying, and then mediocre again. But he had really good 10 minutes.
2.5 minutes.
Okay, I'll give you 2.5.
I mean, like Renner isn't the greatest human when it comes to like portraying a character with depth, but like at least during Endgame, he was like, okay, fine, I'll act like an emotional human being.
I think for me, I think the biggest misstep that the MCU made with Hawkeye was doing his ultimate origin.
Yeah.
Especially when you put Mockingbird in the universe.
Yeah. But, then they tried to link it back into 616 by having his thing with Black Widow, which was maybe romantic, maybe platonic, but maybe romantic again. We don't know. Oops, she's dead. Like...
Yeah.
I heard somebody call Black Widow his work wife, and I chuckled a little too hard at that.
I mean, they do kind of give off that, like, Law & Order SVU, Elliot Stabler, and Olivia Benson vibe when you think about it.
Wow, they actually do.
Yeah.
That's a great comparison.
Especially,
terrifying.
I know, right? And then, like, if the Reddit leaks of the end credit scenes are to be true, it makes even more sense when it comes to that kind of relationship.
What, for Black Widow?
Yep. I heard some things.
Mm-hmm.
Is this expanding on that one serious hot take that Mary had when we talked about it last?
Yeah. Because there's apparently 2 scenes. The first one just confirms... I'm not. Like, one just confirms what people have been talking about for a while with Phase 4, and then the other one is just, like, carrying out Mary's point about Hawkeye and Black Widow and why Hawkeye should have died.
I agree with that point.
All I gotta say in terms of the spoilers and the theories and whatnot is I feel bad for Florence Pugh.
Yes.
Like,
They're not even like, hey, you can be an Avenger now. They're like, we're dragging you along kicking and screaming whether you like it or not.
I will at least say the theory that I have seen circulating online, fan communities, Reddit, things like that. I'm not going to say anything else besides this other than the theory, but the theory is that Florence Pugh, who is playing Yelena, is going to be the Black Widow that died in Endgame. So that Scarlett Johansson would still be alive.
I've seen
Don't know
the theory
how I
being
feel
the
about
other
that.
way, that she was going to become the new one, but how would that even work?
There's some things that apparently happen in the movie that can make it work, but it's stuff out of our hands for now.
I don't like.
Travis, you are cutting out.
Oh.
Travis, did you die?
No, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
And
This sounds
I'm in the
a pain
boonies,
to
man.
Stop though.
You rocking that McDonald's Wi-Fi? Sorry.
Oh, let me see if I can switch it real quick.
Let's say you're coming through a little bit clearer.
Does it sound better now?
Yeah, actually it
yeah.
does.
Okay, yeah, my connection is spiking and dropping.
Quick, everybody talk shit about him while he's gone.
I mean, in terms of what Black Widow is apparently going to set up, it would, if anything, it would just kind of like make all of the feelings that were there of like, you went out on your own terms, Natasha, mean nothing. Like, because I agree with Mary that Hawkeye should have died because, like, he really didn't do anything, and also I kind of wanted the Ultimates 2 Hawkeye kills Black Widow moment, but that's just me. But we never got that because, like, killing children would have been a bad thing. But, like, eh.
And then we could have had a Kate Bishop show free of MCU.
Well, at the very least, the idea of like
true.
Like the idea of, say, Steve and/or Sam handing her Hawkeye's bow, like, hey, this is what we were supposed to do. Like the whole like Captain America hands you Hawkeye's old bow and tells you to go be a hero. Like that could have been valid because that's what even happened. I remember in. Excuse me, Fallen Sun, Death of Captain America, where, like, Clint's wearing the Captain America suit, and Kate just straight checks him, like, you're judging me for calling me Hawkeye when Captain America gave me this bow when you're wearing his costume? You got some nerve, boy!
All I know is everything we keep hearing about the Hawkeye show is that he's going to be teaching her. And if that happens, I'm just gonna throw my whole damn desk out the window.
They're trying to compete with the Arrowverse, guy.
I mean,
Do not disrespect Kate Bishop.
yeah,
like
no,
this.
yeah, no. You can't show her disrespect, and you have to like do. If you're gonna do it, you need to do it out of the iconic run the two both had together. You can't just like cheapen her.
I can see them dumping certain things that happened to her. You know?
Yeah.
But I can see, I mean, Marvel's probably going to do away with that because it would be difficult, I guess, for them to cover. But I don't know. I'm very worried for Kate Bishop because I love her.
AJ, do you have any thoughts on Kate Bishop?
I respectfully decline to comment.
Oh, so you can defend Laura, but you can't defend Kate? What? What? Sir, we might have a problem.
Spill the tea.
Explain thyself.
As I brought up way earlier when I grew up reading West Coast Avengers.
Oh no.
I grew up reading, and I've got this. Yes, I have this huge fan boner for Clint Barton of the 616. And put the guns down. Hold on.
Okay.
I feel the laser sight.
Barry's just like load the scope right now.
No, I'm fine. It's not like he's
No,
trying to
I'm
insult.
fine.
It's not like he's trying
That
to
sounds
insult
totally
Batwoman.
fine.
Oh, you know, he's not like trying to like insult Batwoman or something like that. No, like he ain't doing
don't
anything
have a
great.
problem. Like I absolutely loved Kate in the first Young Avengers run.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of the quintessential runs everyone needs to read. And honestly, that's how they should have done Phase for whatever phase they're actually on for the MCU. Is have a Young Avengers where now the Avengers are no longer a thing. Be the hero.
I would have loved that.
I would have squeed. I would have hit notes that only dogs would have heard.
Yes.
But
aren't Billy and Tommy gonna be in WandaVision as like?
That's what the rumor is.
I need Wanda to call him a toaster, or it's not a good show.
You need. God damn it.
They're
That's
all toasters, James.
I mean, yes, but like he's saying this because it's one of the only things that him and I actually agree that Tom King actually wrote well, and it's just.
The best part about that whole scene for me is Vision, like, ridiculous. I don't even know what to call it. Just his ignorance in the whole like social, like, concepts going on. Is like, Wanda, perhaps it's my volume for why you don't understand. What good will come of this lie? I'm like, damn, Vision, just damn.
You just don't get it. So, like, AJ, what I'm getting here is that, like, you respect Kate, but you prefer the blonde man.
I don't even think I could say that anymore. The last couple Hawkeye runs, I only read the first for Free Fall, which was actually really good. But like the last couple runs they've had for Hawkeye, either with Kate or with Clint, has almost felt, I don't know. I think I'm just being old man comic book guy screaming at the sky, you know?
Oh no, not at all.
You are free to voice your opinion as long as you are not being like a gator about it. We don't care, bro. Like
As long as you're not talking ill about Batwoman, I don't really care.
You are free to have an opinion as long as you're not
Underrated
being like they shouldn't exist because they're a woman.
Oh,
Like that would be
James,
bad.
don't even.
That's what they say, and it's stupid, bro. Like I hate that shit. Like they tried to say the same shit with Sam. They're like, "Oh, why is a black man Captain America?" Like, boy.
I actually would have. I did a video a while ago where I would have. I actually wanted. The only negative I really had about Captain Falcon, or you know,
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
God damn it.
is
Captain Falcon.
God damn it.
his Patriot should have become the new Captain America.
Okay.
I have a full video
Okay.
on how I would have. I will say it is a lot more explained in the "If I Did It, Here's How" video up on my channel.
Okay.
I mean, I will accept that if we can skip the U.S. agent being like, "We all know you're not Catboy." If we can skip that
yeah,
scene,
no,
I'll be
please,
fine.
God, no.
Oh my! I think that also could have like stopped a lot of people being angry or tribalist during the whole all new, all different era. Is if every other issue like didn't come up with one character to go, you ain't the real one.
Well, and it's funny because like say what you will about Nick Spencer being the way he is, he literally saw the future because like he wrote it on the page, and then the next day after Endgame came out, literally hashtag Not My Captain America was trending the same way it did in issue 2 of Sam Wilson Captain America. So like, while I agree with you, I'm also like, this man saw the future.
He's such a dick, though.
He is, but
I'm
like,
gonna go with that answer. I actually really like Nick Spencer's writing when he's not writing for Marvel.
Morning Glories was decent. Like I read Morning Glories for a long time, but
But the second he got under the mouse protection, suddenly, like, he's going to Dan's slot going, oh my god, people are threatening me. No one's ever complained about a character being, killed off like we did with Cap. And it's like, yeah,
I think
Dan's slot with that?
Yeah,
I think Dan Jurgens would like a word.
Yeah.
Several words.
It's like, I'm like, I was one of the few people who, like, gave Captain America Steve Rogers #1 a fair shake. Well, I mean, a lot of people did because it sold out. I think did like 2 different.
Oh yeah,
printings.
the first 2 issues I believe sold out because when we got it in, we all looked at it early.
But just the guy,
Yeah. And then that second issue just made it so much. I think the second issue was worse than the first issue.
You mean where pretty much he retracted everything to take away all the mystery?
Oh, yeah. That's why I still say that, like, if Marvel would have just backed up, backed up the gun, and it would have just been like, yeah, we're gonna shoot this, and we're gonna make it work, and just let Secret Empire be the way it was gonna be, not only would Steve-O, whatever the hell you want to call him, been, like, the ultimate antagonist for a new age of society, but, like, it would have just made so many numbers shoot up until they would have been like, well, let's put them back. And it worked. To the point that, like, even now, with Coach trying to, like, use the material they had in his Captain America run, like, it's selling still really well. So I think if they would have let Steve-O be a thing for longer, even after the Empire would have fell, they would have been amazing. Like, I hate Nick Spencer for the way he is now, but, like, I would have loved to see where Steve-O would have ended up.
I think if they hadn't done the second issue, the reveal in the final fight of Secret Empire, where Good Steve comes back out, I think that would have been more... I think that would have had the emotional impact Marvel clearly wanted it to have.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you know what's going on at this point, and then, whoop, here's Good Steve again. And now, I will admit, the art for that scene is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, when you were looking at it on the page, it felt hollow because, we knew this was going to happen, because they told us everything in the second issue. And I feel like had they not done that, that would have been a more emotional moment kind of a thing.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, like, one thing that I still talk about is the fact of if they wouldn't have been like, oh yeah, no, we took the Cosmic Cube and rewrote all of history to say Steve was under Hydra control from the very beginning. If it would have just been, yeah, no, like, Red Skull randomly just changed his mind to make him think he's Hydra. Okay, cool, whatever. Like, he's Hydra now. But for you to go back and say, oh no, everything is Hydra now. Like, no, that was too much.
Oh god,
It's the crossing.
Yeah.
Plot device or not, Jack Kirby would have punched a bitch. Like...
Yeah. But, like, there's old stories they did of Captain America where he was evil, so it's like, I don't know. I'm just, like, there's still debate of, like, yeah, Jack Kirby was Jewish, but, like, I don't know.
They still could have let Sam fight him for, like, a weird, awesome torch pass. Really drop that.
That would have been cool.
Because, like, they even tried to, like, mimic the whole Sam walked up to Steve the same way Steve walked up to Thanos thing. And, like, that was really a really cool acknowledgement. But then, for them to, like, go, no, Good Steve's here, punch. Like, no. You took that away from Sam, when you could have just put Steve in jail for a while after he had, got, like, his memory fixed or whatever, and they'd have been like, Steve saying, yeah, no, take me to jail, I did wrong. And then we could have just, avoided the really awkward Mark Waid put Steve in a time capsule run that, like, no one cared about.
I totally forgot about that run. I think I own it. I just totally forgot about it.
It was like someone at Marvel was just like, Mark, we need to, like, get everybody's mind away from Secret Empire, fix this. And Mark Waid's like, okay, yeah, cool, I'll tell a story. And then Ta-Nehisi Coates comes in like, nah, F that, we going back.
I think Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, after you.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think when you have a character like Captain America, and he is going to be evil or brainwashed or whatever. I think that's honestly where they have to follow the evil, brainwashed Superman model. That you have to have another member of, you know, the Justice League or someone else from the DC universe stand up to him. Yeah, I think having like good Superman standing up to bad Superman. You know, I'm reminded of Superman Sacrifice. What I'm trying to make this point is when Maxwell Lord had Superman under his control and Wonder Woman had to fight him. I think that definitely had more of an impact than doing like some kind of weird split personality Superman, you know?
Yeah.
And I think, oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you. No, continue.
No, you're fine. And I was gonna say, like, in terms of comparing emotional high points, I think because we had to see Superman stand against one of his friends and colleagues, that made Wonder Woman killing Maxwell Lord that much more emotional, because it is a sacrifice to save this person that you love. And I think that, you know, along of what James and Travis were saying, that we could have had that moment with Sam, where Sam having to stand up against this person that he loves and respects to do the right thing, kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or
And that was
just...
exact.
or it could just be, this could just be Jack Daniels fueled posturing, but...
No, I was gonna say, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, and on a, like, fan level, Sam kind of needed that.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Because, like...
Throw in mind...
Because, like, he spends the whole Sam Wilson Captain America run literally trying to, like, prove he's Captain America, he deserves this. And, like, he has, like, U.S. agent trying to smack him down. He has, like, the AmeriCops, which, oh my god, the AmeriCops are so, oh my god. It's just, God, help us all. Like,
so bad.
It's like, hey, what if we have, like, the Trayvon Martin shooting with superheroes? Like, no, please, God, no, don't do this.
What if all cops were superpowered George Zimmerman?
Literally!
I feel like during all
I feel like
of
I
this,
jumped out of that series way too early.
Oh, yeah, no, it got really bad. Like, it's enjoyable because Sam rises above it, but it's just, oh, God.
I feel like somewhere, even though she's not directly connected, America Chavez is like, just leave me out of this. just leave me out of this.
Get me the hell out of here.
Bro, America Chavez, I thank God we're getting a new America Chavez book that can erase the old one. Thank God.
It's so bad.
And the thing was, I wanted to defend it so badly because of the Gayers. I wanted to defend it so badly, and then Rivera gave me nothing.
It was so bad. And you know, if I'm saying that it was a bad book, like
Mary can't even defend the lesbian superhero book.
No. I love America Chavez. I love America Chavez. I have Vengeance #1.
I'm sorry.
Right. But it is her first appearance, so I'm kind of like, fingers crossed she pops up in Doctor Strange just so the value of that book will go up.
That would be nice.
But no, I pre-ordered every single issue of that series. James, I bought variants.
Damn.
I wanted to like it so much, but as soon as I got like 6 pages into the first issue.
Same!
I actually just went, oh no.
Bruh!
Like, I said it out loud, and Victoria's like, are you okay? And I just went, oh no. Oh no.
Like, I remember going to the shop the day it came out and picking it up, and I was like, this is something I need to do, because I love America, I've loved her ever since Young Avengers, I want to see her do well. And then I read it, and I'm like, okay, oh, you're punching Hitler, oh, you're taking the Hitler punch away from Captain America, oh, this is gonna go really badly.
See, I was gonna let him have that, because, you know, that's the cutesy young adult schlock that they're pulling.
Yeah.
That they're doing now. And, you know, it's to tie young adult audiences to the significance of these comic book moments, and I was gonna give them that. And then she went to Space College.
Space College.
She went to Space College. And I'm just like, oh no.
And not only that, she broke up with her girlfriend to go to Space College.
To go to Space College.
Starship Trooper.
It was, oh god, what was it? It was Sotomayor University.
Yup. Yep.
I think that's what it was called. And then there was like the fangirls that were obsessed with her, and then like her grandma's was a wrestler, and then her moms were from Lesbian Space, the Mascara.
They shouldn't have changed that. Why didn't they leave it alone?
Wait, what?
They changed her origin and changed where her moms came from, and I was like, why?
Because the Utopian parallel was famously underdescribed in the second Young Avengers book.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's the universe that Billy creates. And
Yeah, because it was 215, 213, whatever universe number it is.
yeah, and it exists without outside of time and space, and that's why she can move through dimensions. But there's only one of her, is because that her universe technically exists outside of the Marvel universe. And in all my DC Marvel headcanon crossovers, she is the crux, because I like to think that her universe is the divide between the Marvel and the DC universes.
I'm okay with that. I like this.
I
Right.
can see that. I'll deal.
And especially since her moms essentially killed themselves trying to stop the giant hole that ripped through their universe. But in this book, they changed that. Changed it a little bit, that her mothers were from that America's planet is only women, so it's Space the Mascara, and they had magical lesbian goddess sex, and then one of them was pregnant.
You
I was
know,
like-
when I once read Spider-Woman Origins, where they changed her origin to she was shot while she was in her mother's womb, she was shot by a laser, and that's how she
Oh,
got her
God.
powers. I thought that was weird.
That fucking book.
And my thought process is, how did Billy Kaplan, a teenage boy, create a universe of this magnitude outside of time and space that made lesbian the Mascara space where these goddesses created her? I couldn't wrap my brain around it. I couldn't.
I can totally see a teen boy coming up with space lesbians.
But like
But
Billy
a gay
though,
one. But a gay one.
like
But-
maybe just a random teenage boy, but like him, I don't know.
That's fair.
But like, and you know, look, being a lesbian and just a general fan of lesbian fiction in general, that kind of an origin could work. It could work under the right circumstances. If you're doing hard sci-fi, if you're doing hard fantasy, like something like that could work. But not in this instance.
Yeah.
Like, because they essentially did something similar in Bombshells. Yes, I am going there.
Oh dear.
When towards the end of the first book, where they reveal that Supergirl, her parents were Allura and Laura, so her mom and Clark's mom. They were her biological parents, and you know that they did some Kryptonian science stuff, and I'm like, okay, you know, I will believe that within this context, but I don't know. It still hurts. I have those issues tucked in a box way under the bed, like in the back towards the wall.
One day.
Anyway, that was my rant for the evening.
And man, we feed off our rants is what we do.
I know I have a Jack and Coke, and I think I may have put too much Jack Daniels in it.
I'm 2 ciders deep, honey. You're fine.
I just pre-ordered American Chavez made in the USA.
I mean, like I had already pre-ordered it because I want to see her do well.
Lord only knows when it's gonna come out.
Oh, don't say that.
Well, see, the thing is that we don't really know what's gonna happen if the comic companies are gonna keep publishing digitally, excuse me, or if they're just gonna wait for print to catch up.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of what's up in the air right now. So, because I think next week's releases might still come in if Diamond already had them in the warehouse. But, I mean, Diamond wasn't forthright with what they had, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, now, like, with the future kind of hanging in the balance right now, it's very, like, interesting to see what's going to happen next. And after my talk with the Mad Cave's editor in chief, which you can listen to that episode right now, I put it up a little bit before this episode. It's very apparent to me that everyone's just kind of like in wait right now mode.
I think the larger comic fandom, like, you know, those of us who are in way too deep for our own good, I think everybody's just in shock right now. Because, I mean, you know, not only do we have everything that's going on with the virus right now, but how everything is impacted, you know. I don't know. I'm tipsy and posturing. But it's just interesting to see the escapism also impacted, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I may have made this too strong.
No, you're fine, huh? You were making valid points.
Just like in generally, I may have made this too strong.
Nice. Well, like,
Actually,
go ahead, AJ. What are your thoughts on the current situation we are facing?
to ride on what she just said, I realized how that sounded.
Oh, you're gonna write off what I said, huh?
That's why I said ride on. It's writing, it's not writing. I should rephrase that also. Anyways.
Oh my god.
But
Oh my god.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
so anyways, but like when you brought up the escapism, like I could actually see a lot more comics that come out, or at least were written post COVID, whatever we want to call it, whatever that period's going to be called, you know, as actual like more escapism versus more relatable, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because of people wanting to escape, as it were.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's entirely possible and probably plausible that this is going to get a whole lot worse before it gets better. And I think people don't want to step back into gritty realism, you know?
Yeah.
Unless it's ultra-violence. Everyone likes ultra-violence.
Well,
Yeah.
Don't you remember Marvel Max, guys?
Hey,
Punisher Max was great. I don't know what you mean.
I mean, I loved Wolverine Max, but I'm not saying it was great. Like, it was all a rough time.
Luke Cage Max still needs to be apologized for.
Yes, it does. Oh my god, yes, it does.
I'm a fan of Brian Azzarello, but
How are you a fan of Brian Azzarello?
because he is either a knock it out of the park or get beamed in the face with it kind of thing.
I mean, that's fair.
I was like, you
You
should.
could write a good Joker, but not a good Batman. So I'm salty.
I mean, we rant about this man constantly, so that's fair.
Oh, go for it.
I
When
will
he's bad,
say-
he's the worst.
He cannot write women to save his life.
No, not even a little bit.
I still want to set fire to those new 52 Wonder Woman issues. Just burn them with fire. But, you know, value and whatnot.
Value.
We want to
I
burn a
was
lot of
so
things.
excited. I was so excited, guys. And then as soon as I opened the first issue and I went, wait, what? No, what is this? What's happening?
It looked pretty.
It looked
He
pretty.
did! Cliff Chang did a great job, and he always does a great job. And then I'm like, no, George Perez did it perfectly. Why are we doing this?
So it just this is a very weird era, and I'm just like, I wish there was an easier way to say that, like, the situation can get better. I mean, thankfully there's companies like Mad Cave that are like, hey, we're gonna keep going, that way we can put new content out right now. But like, and now that there's reports saying that DC is looking at other venues for distribution given the current situation, but I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm seeing Newsarama report on it. That they're allegedly considering multi distribution.
That would literally break the whole system and say, hey, we're done with the monopoly.
Yeah.
But then what would people complain about? I'm kidding. There's too much.
It's comics. There's always something to complain about.
I mean,
But I
it.
mean-
Dude.
Yeah.
But I mean, just how much money Diamond unilaterally has just cost comics in general.
Yeah.
Like, oof.
I mean, like, hey, they issued a survey to comic stores to get their feedback on the current situation. Isn't that good, guys?
It's terrible. Well, too bad.
Yeah.
Shrug.
I just, like, I wish there was an easier way to, like, fix the situation. That's what's bothering my soul the most right now. Now, granted, there could come a point where for a couple months, we might just be all digital, and, like, everyone's print albums will be a little hurt, but I think we would be alright.
Okay, I found the passage, not the passage, but the segment in DC's text letter to retailers. It says, additionally, because we anticipate that continued disruption to business operations will create regional volatility, DC is exploring a multi-distributor model to help to provide us with the flexibility needed during this crisis to get new content to our readers, blah, blah, blah.
Interesting.
So it's coming from the company itself.
So
it's a smart move, because if they could get their comics out there in a time like this, like, they're gonna make a killing.
Mm-hmm.
It's brilliant, especially with shops that may still be closed that can still do mail order.
That would, like, crush it.
Maybe we can get some new solo titles that aren't Batman related. As much as I love Batman, I would like to read about, like, Vixen.
Are you okay?
Hey man, he's speaking gospel. I'm gonna let him go.
I thought hell would freeze over.
Well, see, the problem is that, like, I love me some Batman, but when there's so much Batman, we get terrible Batman.
It's like Syndrome. When everyone's Batman, no one will be.
Right, and we're all tired of Batman and the Outsiders without Batman being in. You know what I mean? I would rather have a Black Lightning book, or, you know, a Vixen book, or, like, anybody. Honestly, I just want more stories, and if they make enough money off of this, they could pretty much just shut Gators down and be like, we don't care. Everyone's gonna read it.
See, there was a tweet that I saw yesterday where someone, like, said they highlighted the Far Sector book and Batman and the Outsiders, and were like, these books are DC, like, finally giving us the diversity we asked for. And I was like,
what?
Are you serious?
Rich white billionaire and all of his ethnic adopted kids, definitely.
And then you have Far Sector, which, here's the thing, I will scream the praises of Far Sector to the day I die. Far Sector is an amazing book with an amazing concept. I will stick by that. But I was having a conversation with Ron from You Don't Read Comics like a while back, and he was like, you gotta read this book. And I read it, and then I was like, but here's my problem. She's not in the main DC canon. So, nothing she does matters in the grand scheme of the universe. She's not Jon Stewart. She's not on the main 2814 team. She doesn't do anything to affect the status quo. So, like, it's as if, like, you're trying to tell me that, like almost like Black Hammer Quantum Age matters just as, like is more effective, like a good representation of Black Hammer, which, yes, in that context it is, but or like saying what happens in Batman Beyond, written by Dan Jurgens, is going to affect what Tom King was doing at the time in Batman, the main book. That's not going to happen. So, for them to not give me a main black person book besides Naomi, and that's not even on right now because season 1 of Bendis' Weird Line is a thing. Sorry, there's no black books at DC. Can't help you.
Wait, is that why Wonder Comics is, like, on hiatus? They're doing seasons of it?
That's what Bendis put out on Twitter a while back. Was they're doing seasons.
That's
like, except for Young Justice, everything's on seasons.
It's something that I've noticed that young adult comics are starting to do more and more.
I'm gonna just sigh.
Right. What is this seasons of comics?
I think it's basically to limit the amount of time and effort and money that have to be spent producing them. Because if you just do 6 issues one year and then 6 issues another year, that's, money for 12 issues that you were able to stretch out over the course of the year, kind of a thing. Whereas, you have to do 12 continuous issues. And, there's the typical, these writers have other books to write, then maybe you should give books to new people.
Preach.
Instead of passing books between the same 4 goddamn people. DC does it, Marvel does it, Valiant sort of does it, everybody does it.
It's and I was even having a discussion with some people the other day where it was like, oh, DC's opened up their talent pool to be more diverse.
When?
Exactly! I was like, well, praise to James Tinney in the Fourth for being an LGBT representative at DC. Praise to Kelly Sue DeConnick for being a woman at DC. Praise Gail Simone for being a woman at DC. But other than Brian Edward Hill, I don't see no. Oh, and David F. Walker helping with Young Justice and Naomi. I don't see no brothers and sisters over there.
Well,
I don't see any new ones either.
Oh.
They really don't bring, because even David F. Walker, and they've been in the game for a while now. It's not like new voices.
And I mean, we even done an interview with someone on Blurred Grounds, and they said they were working on a project for DC, which ended up coming out a little bit later as a part of the Valentine's Day issue. But we're still waiting on new material from them in general. So I really am at a loss. Hell, they have a Jackson Hyde Calderon Aqualad book, young adult graphic novel coming out, but I don't see him. Oh wait, I'll take that back. He just showed up in the new Young Justice comic, even though he used to be a Teen Titan.
I think DC and Marvel are doing the same thing in slightly different ways.
Explain.
If you lay out the entire active roster for both companies, most of the people of color and the queer characters tend to be considerably younger. And Marvel is publishing, they were publishing more young adult-oriented superhero books until they all just kind of went poof.
Ooh, that reminds me. Mary, I realized we never had a conversation about something because we didn't do a news episode recently.
What's that?
Should we talk about the New Warriors?
Oh no.
Should we talk about this?
I am not non-binary, so I don't want to shoot off at the mouth about it, about Snowflake in particular. The rest of the team, I think the designs are it's the vampire kid that I can't get over.
I think the vampire kid is spiffy.
I don't know, it's just, the world is a vampire and so am I, it's like everybody's 7th grade goth phase in a comic book.
And also, it feels like this. I can tell you exactly what this feels like. This feels like Marvel saw what Tom Taylor was trying to do with Suicide Squad, and with bringing in a new group of characters. It was like, what can we do that with? Maybe Thunderbolts, the team that is equivalent to Suicide Squad? No, we'll do New Warriors!
It's a bad move, and I think pretty much everybody has agreed on that. There's a problem when, the progressive comic readers and Comicsgate sort of agree on something, you did done fucked up.
That really is the time you need to stop and go, maybe I'm the asshole.
And the thing is, I know Luciano Vecchio. I'm not pronouncing that right. Please forgive me. I know that he has done amazing work in the past when it comes to LGBT work. I love him, but
consult.
Huh?
They need to consult people. If you want to do a non-binary character, do it right. Talk to people who are actually non-binary.
I remember reading the replies on the articles, and there was non-binary people going, "This is not okay." But I'm not gonna speak for them, like Mary said, but it's just. Yeah.
I don't want. I definitely do not want to speak for them or step out of my lane, but the names are stupid.
I think B negative is spiffy.
No, I'm talking
No!
Snowflake and Safe Space.
That is horrible, but I think B negative is spiffy.
B negative's reference, and it's terrible. It is terrible.
I don't know if it's been confirmed if Trailblazer is indigenous or not. I've seen people say that she is indigenous. I've seen people say that she isn't. If she is, that's not good.
Nah.
But like,
Her power is her backpack. Wait, what?
yeah.
It's Dora, bro.
Oh God. Oh, I didn't. Oh no, I didn't think of that. Oh.
And look at what you just did.
AJ, what are your
You'll
thoughts
never
on this
unthink
mess?
of that.
My thought, on a scale of everyone here has some really nice commentary to say, as the mostly straight white guy, I have to be quiet and just sit over here.
I mean, you know, it's bad when the gays are over here like, this is bad. And like, Travis is just like, yeah.
Well, I asked a friend of mine who's only semi into comics. They understand comics, they just don't like comics. And I asked them, how would you feel if they made a non-binary, character, and they named him Safe Space, and what was it, Trigger Warning?
No, Snowflake.
Snowflake.
Oh, Snowflake. What?
Oh my
yeah,
god.
That's
I'm
even
sorry,
worse.
I'm wrong.
That's even worse.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a triplet named Trigger Warning. Like,
That's going to be for their Volume 2 reveal.
Oh God. Well, apparently these two are in a relationship. Like, that just...
James, they're twins.
Oh, I thought they were in a relationship. That's what
I
I
thought
thought.
they were. I thought they were dating.
Yo, that
I
would
thought
get.
they
Oh,
were
that's
in.
all the way sideways.
That's more sideways than Day
What else
to
could we
Dio
put into
sideways.
Pete's character?
Wait, are they in a relationship or are they twins?
Hold on, I'm
Hold
reading.
on. Snowflake is Safe Space. Marvel criticized for naming first nine. Yeah. However, I do think that their name, as literally every article on Google is saying right now, the names are tone deaf.
Yeah.
And while they are kind of trying to be the let's take these back, I'm assuming, or they are literally someone was high at 3 a.m. going, it would be fucking hilarious.
Oh my god, they're the goddamn Wonder Twins.
Yeah?
They're psychic twins. I just verified on the Marvel website.
Okay.
Uh,
I thought they were in
all
a
twins-
relationship, but okay.
Oh god. All twins are psychic, but we're psychic-er.
And I mean, like, in the Marvel.com article, they say, what was it? Like, when they take those words and kind of wear them as badges of honor in terms of their names. And I'm like...
That's not how that works.
Wayman.
Okay, I'm sorry, I've had just enough Jack Daniels to say this, but that would be like a lesbian running... That'd be like Batwoman running around as Captain Carpet Muncher, like...
I'm the clam jammer.
Oh my god.
It's just a clam signal. This guy's not a...
Oh, God!
Bro.
I can't think of a good one for Midnighter, but all right, you win, Mary. Oh God, that made my day. Okay, but
Wait, Midnighter would just be the Ass Ranger, of course.
yes.
Wiccan would stay the Asgardian.
Yes. Oh, that was great. Okay, but no, in terms of this situation, this was something that came out about it like a few weeks ago, right before everything went to hell with the Diamond and everything, and the like, there's that line from from the Watchmen where freaking Rorschach goes like, the people say save us, and I say I'll tell them no. I think this was the entirety of Twitter just going no. All right. But in terms of this, I feel as if this has been a very fun time. in terms in terms AJ, in terms of what you do, I feel like your YouTube deserves a little bit more shout out. Can you give people an idea of what you do in terms of that?
The then and now videos are my favorite.
Yes.
Well, I did just start doing the then and nows, and then I put them on hold so I could do the Kickstarter. But then and now is kind of actually my favorite to work on because it is the very first issue in a title. Like, I think my last one was X-Men? Possibly.
Suicide Squad.
Oh, right, it was Suicide Squad. And I need to do the one for Birds of Prey.
Ooh.
But, well, because that had to be postponed because they moved Jimmy Palmiotti's Birds of Prey to January, back when it was supposed to come out.
Yeah.
But anyways, then it now compares the first issue with the latest one. So, like, the last one was Suicide Squad, so I compared not volume 1, you know, where they did that, they were like gangsters or whatever it was, but when they got their own title and they were actually active in Belle Rev, and it's amazing. Then I have Reader's History, which is me binge reading an entire character's teams or whatever's bibliography and talking about it in order. Right now I think at part 6 of 112 for Cloak and Dagger.
Oh, nice.
Shit.
Well, actually, I have no idea. There is a lot of Cloak and Dagger, more than I realized.
I didn't think they had anything, to be honest.
Well, neither did I. But then all of a sudden they have crossovers with New Mutants, Spider-Man. Well, a lot of Spider-Man, obviously.
Runaway.
Of course.
I'll get there. But yeah, apparently Dagger was on the New Warriors for like a decade.
Yep, she was.
It was a decade I missed because I missed like most of the '90s when it came to comics.
Oh, so if you're doing that, that means you get to read Dark X-Men again. That'll be fun.
Oh no.
Because they were on that team, and it was like, Cloak and Dagger, why are you here? Because, like, what?
But I get to reread Kelly Thompson's Cloak and Dagger Marvel digital only thing that came out.
That was good.
That was.
So, haha.
There's that. Yeah.
Yeah, I have about 400 issues until then, but not the point. Although I will say that I totally forgot how awkwardly written Cloak was. Like, when Mantlo went to an ongoing series, it's almost like he forgot how he was writing Cloak.
Ew.
So there was a couple moments where I'm reading this going, I'm not entirely sure if this is supposed to read as, like, you know, big. There's some racial, like, weirdness to it.
Oh, no.
Where it's like, she's trying to be the innocent little, you know, cute little rich white girl, while Cloak is slowly becoming this giant monster and...
Oh, God.
It's like Marvel Save the Last Dance. Like, it's going...
no.
More like Save the Last Dance if, who was the guy in that? Omar Epps? Tyrese? I legitimately cannot remember. And I feel horrible even guessing.
It was, if I can find it. I thought I just had it in front of me. It's. I love how like the cast list isn't on Google, but like every other movie is. Sean Patrick Thomas. Yeah, Sean Patrick Thomas. Hello.
Oh, sorry. I was just looking at his IMDb because I'm like, well, I should know who he is. He looks so familiar.
I was like, he was in Barbershop and Rent. That's all I know him from.
Cruel Intentions and Halloween Resurrection.
Oh yeah, he was in Resurrection. Oh my God, how can I forget about that?
Because Halloween Resurrection, no one should remember.
I mean, I'm the one that loves H20, so I'm a horrible person as it is.
Actually, not true. Everyone needs to see Halloween Resurrection solely because of Busta Rhymes.
Yes, they should. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for saying that because I love.
Validated, Jake.
Literally, I made it a joke on Blurred Grounds. I even put it at like the end of our freaking Halloween theme song. Trick or treat,
You
motherfucker.
just added to his. Yeah, you just added to his whole bit.
Yes, thank you so much. I love it. Because Busta Rhymes literally kicks in the door, beats up Michael Myers, and then shocks him in the nuts with a power cord. Like, how more epic is that? Like, yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis cut off his head in the last one, but like, no, Busta Rhymes walks in, saves the white girl, and shocks Michael Myers in the nuts. Like, I can't get over that.
Don't forget, he also has that scene in the kitchen where he's like, he just yells at Michael Myers. Granted, he doesn't know it's Michael at the time, but you know. What the fuck? You're not supposed to be Michael Myers. I'm Michael Myers. And then the kung fu bit.
Yes.
But we can, we can gloss that over because it was hilarious.
Yes.
Oh hey, the chick who played Starbuck was in there.
Huh?
I cannot remember her name, but she played Starbuck in the new that thing.
That thing?
Yeah, I know. Battlestar Galactica. She was the dumb blonde friend.
Oh.
Katie Sackhoff. That's the word I'm thinking of, or the name I'm thinking of. I am not very good with names.
Okay.
Oh, so anyway, right. I was actually saying, and I also do the Wins and Sins, or Comic Sins.
I
Ooh.
do love those.
Yes, they're so enjoyable. I would
Well,
love to
when
like
I'm
help.
not angry-
I would love to help you do those. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh, I have no problem with help, because, like, sometimes, like, when I did the one for Death of X.
Oh God!
I legitimately went in there wanting to hate fuck the comic.
I mean, you couldn't help but hate fuck that comic because it was, hey, Medusa, you're killing us. I don't care.
And then, like, 2/3 or 3/4 of the way in, she goes, "Oh my God, are you guys dying? We should help you." And you're like, "Bitch, what?"
Oh, like no, it wasn't even that. It was like, oh, the whole all of Death of X. Oh, we're dying. And then it was, oh, I'll have Hank help you. And then you get all the way to IVX, and then she goes, oh, you're really dying now. Oh, you're becoming sterile now. Oh, now I'll shut off my Terrigen cloud. Like, oh my God.
I actually stopped writing. I think I was on issue 3 or 4 of IVX because I was doing the Comic Sins for that. I rage quit. I was on number 3 or 4, and I literally just went, you know what? I have better things to do with my life.
That's great. I love it.
I managed to get through the end, but boy, was that a...
Oh, I bought every issue, and I hated myself for it.
Hang on, Black Bolt's gotta execute Cyclops, who was never really there.
It was all a lie created by Emma Frost, even though she should probably have, like, a brain tumor now.
Oh God, what was that soap opera was that Dynasty or was it Dallas that did that?
The
It
Who
was
Shot
all
JR?
a dream. No, it was all a dream shit.
Then I want to say it was Dynasty. Or
I
is
think
Dallas?
it was.
I think Dynasty. I think you're right.
Honestly, they're probably the same show.
Like, it's just, like, that whole thing, oh, I'm gonna project him everywhere to everybody on the planet. Like, Emma, you should be dead. Like, I don't care if the cuckoos were helping you. You should be dead.
Hell, we've lost cuckoos over less than that.
Yes!
We were at, what, 2 now?
Are we at 2? I thought they brought the third one back.
Oh, did they?
One of them died in All New Wolverine.
Yep, she did.
Or, wait, no, that was X-23, not Wolverine. Damn it, the books run together.
But
there is a topic for another day.
Woo-wee!
God.
Well, I mean, hey, we just did an X-23 episode.
No, I liked it, but there's no reason that they needed to bring back Logan. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
James, why did they give me a fucking real name, Howlett?
I do appreciate at least that Gabby popped up in X-Force for like...
Bro, that scene was freaking funny. That Jackie and Logan are just like, whoever loses has to stab themselves. Like, what the fuck?
drugs, man. Not even once.
Like, is this where we're at for entertainment now? We're like spin the bottle. We're just gonna stab ourselves. Like, what is happening, bro?
Well, I mean, it's not like Gabby can play. She couldn't even feel it.
Yeah, that's true.
I do love that moment with her and X-Men Red where, what is it? Someone's like, are those your organs? And she's like, oh yeah, hang on, let me shove these back in there.
Give me 1 second.
Well, just one moment. I'm gonna fix this real quick. But no, this has been a very fun episode, AJ. Thank you for hanging out with us and helping promote your stuff.
Anytime. You guys have always been amazing and phenomenal and ecstatic.
Yes.
Disclaimer, we're not paying him to say that.
No, we are not. This man came of his own volition. He was very eager to come on.
No, we're not bribing him to say nice things about us, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh.
Hold on. Of course not.
But no, like you have definitely earned your right to come back anytime. This was very enjoyable.
Oh, and I've got tons of videos up on my stuff, and you guys can turn around, watch them, and go, "Hold the fuck on! You said this."
Yeah.
And
I
then
want to see if you talk about spoiler.
The next one will just be the trial of the comic archivist.
Oh my god. Okay, wait, no. Here's the deciding factor. What are your feelings on Stephanie Brown?
Now I'm putting the scope on.
Hold on. Stephanie Brown is my favorite backer.
Woo! Woo!
How dare you?
Holy
sir?
shit!
Yes!
Just go straight out for it.
Hey!
shit.
I got somebody on my team. Woo!
But the reason that I think she's the best Batgirl is
It's because
kind of
she
the
died.
same reason people say that Dick Grayson is the best Robin, even though Tim Drake is.
Yeah!
No!
Yeah!
They're both terrible characters.
Tim Drake is not my favorite out of whoever's been Robin. But Tim Drake makes the perfect Robin because he wants to be Robin.
Exactly!
He was designed
He
to be
is
Robin.
snitch.
He ain't no snitch.
He is snitch. That's how he felt.
Oh my god.
And Red Robin is one of the best DC runs of all time.
Yes! Freaking... You are welcome back
I can
anytime,
do
sir. You are welcome back anytime. Mary's just like, I want to kill them both, but I'm like, nah, man, you good anytime.
But Stephanie Brown is my favorite Batgirl for the same reason that I absolutely love her as Spoiler. It's the character.
Oh,
I love the character.
oh.
Whereas
So much validation here.
I love Cassandra Cain as Batgirl, but I actually really dig that storyline when it had like little to nothing to actually do with the Batgirl mantle. Like when Lady Shiva was up in there and
Which time when she broke in the meat hook?
before they started making her talk and become a villain.
So the meat
Yeah.
hook.
But Stephanie Brown, and I really wish they gave I don't know how to say this because I like and hate the War Games thing where they killed her off.
Same.
I use huge air quotes there.
I thought it was fun.
Of course, because you hate her as a character.
I loved it because it was the perfect way to turn around and be like, Batman, this is why you're a fucking asshole.
Thank you!
It's literally turning around and going, she's trying to do good. Suddenly, because Batman can't tell nobody nothing, she starts a gang war.
Yeah.
And then, who was it? Two-Face beats her to death? I use it. No, it was. Oh
Black
man,
Mask.
I forgot.
Was it Black
Nah,
Mask?
I just.
That was Black Man.
But no, if I remember rightly, I just remembered it wasn't either that. It was Leslie, the doctor, and
Yeah, Leslie saved her.
not originally. If I remember rightly, and I could totally be misremembering because the continuity for the entire world just shatters.
Yeah.
was originally she was supposed to have lied about her dying because Leslie turned around and went, I killed her. Or it was like doctor-assisted suicide or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But short answer, Stephanie Brown, best Batgirl.
Yes! I know Travis and Mary want to kill us both, but I don't care. I'm happy.
I'm
Can
ashamed.
we all just
I quit.
Can we all just agree that Barbara Gordon has never been a good Batgirl? She was always best as Oracle.
Yes.
Alright, I can give you that. I want her to be Oracle again.
Yes.
No. She was at her best when she was Congresswoman Barbara Gordon. Get it right. Send
sorry,
the
I don't
boot
support any
to Washington. She was Barbara the boot. She was gonna give him the boot.
Yep. I'll give you that.
No. I like Oracle. I like Oracle. I just really, I thought the story arc where Barbara runs for Congress was fun.
Yes. But now she has to be a 20-something because Batgirl, woo.
Well, her costume got better.
Thank you.
Whoever made her sleep with Bruce, I would like to punch them in the chest.
It was Deanie.
No, it wasn't Deanie. It was
Tim.
It was originally Deanie, but it was also Tim.
Well, they've had a thing like that ever since the animated series. Why do you think Barbara has a crush on Bruce in the animated series? Like that's the thing that they want to push. No, I feel the same way. Oh, Travis, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just, that's literally her having a weird, I don't know, affinity for her dad's colleague.
I still am just like, why did Tara Strong and Kevin Conroy be okay with that scene? Like, I know they're getting paid, but like, why didn't anyone say something?
Probably because
Kevin, like, this is not what Batman would do in his Batman voice and like command. But no.
Who's a naughty girl?
Oh God! Oh God!
God damn
I'm
it.
sorry. I could have done it in my Joker voice if you really want.
Please no, please no, please no.
Yeah.
I won't.
But looping back around, I feel the same way about Stephanie Brown that I do about Linda Danvers, is that it was stupid and pointless.
I must say, Mary, people were coming at your throat the past couple weeks about Stephanie Brown on Twitter.
No. I do not deny. I do not. I acknowledge the fact that Stephanie Brown is a very popular character, in the same way that Linda Danvers is a very popular character. But I'm Steffi, and even before she was Batgirl, I have never been fond of the character. Something about her grates my nerves. I think she's too whiny, and more often than not is just Tim Drake's slam piece. Like,
Preach! Batman was trying to make out the whole damn time.
There are some issues that she has absolutely no personality. No personality. Like, wet toast, not even dry toast, wet toast is more interesting than she is.
But she got wet.
Oh, that was bad.
I know, I apologize.
And Linda Danvers was just so stupid. Like, look, I know you want Supergirl, but did you have to make it this fucking stupid?
Hashtag waffles for Steph. Fuck with me.
Linda Danvers, to separate her, she's commonly referred to as Matrix Supergirl.
Oh, okay. So, like, version 3 or 4.
She happened to look exactly like Kara and was super into Clark, and Clark's like, oh, I know you're not my cousin even though you look like her, and I'm into you too, and then they went off and had a baby together.
Foul.
Oh, that's foul.
That's foul.
Oh. Travis feels violated now.
Cousin.
Now, do you find that more or less than Power Girl and Billy Batson hooking up?
That one I buy.
That's a child.
No, because as he gets older in comics, they fluctuate his age, so, like, I'd buy that.
No, he was still a kid.
Oh, that's even worse.
Justice Society.
Oh, yeah, you're right, that was Justice Society. I forgot about that. Oh, God.
Literally everyone had to turn around and go, dude, he's a 12-year-old.
That's a child.
That's a child.
They're like, so I'm a teen. No, you don't understand.
Gross.
Yeah, no. Like,
We
Justice
school-
Society hit some weird points at times.
But
Was
no.
that during John's?
That's just not okay.
Okay, if it...
Yeah, it was during John's. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
It was during John's. I think it was like 5 or 10 issues. It was a trade or two before Willingham took over.
I mean, Johns is the one who had Rose Wilson stab her own eye out to make her daddy happy, so, like, I can't really say it's not in Johns' ability to do something like that.
Johns does what he wants, and DC goes, okay.
Yeah, like, that's pretty much what it is. Like, they allow Johns to do whatever he wants, and I'm like, you know what? Within reason, I'm okay with letting Johns do whatever he wants, but, like, sometimes it just...
I was cool with it until Doomsday Clock got delayed for as long as it did for what we got out of Doomsday Clock.
See, if Doomsday Clock was left in a vacuum, I'd be like, whatever. And then it was, oh no, we're gonna openly reference Sanctuary in, like, issue 3. And I was like, this is bad. This is very bad.
And now we have Dr. Flash on the God Toilet.
Yes! Dr. Manhattan Flash!
I really need to read the last issue of Doomsday Clock, don't I?
No, you need to read Flash Forward, even though it's a freaking what's his face book. You have to read it.
You should read Doomsley issue where he affects the Peter. It is
Travis, you are cutting out so bad. Oh my gosh!
Not even. Oh no!
Like every other word, my guy.
Check
I
out
think
this
that's how Wally West
connection.
died, isn't it?
Ha! Ha! Like, no, like, Scott Lobdell writes Flash Forward, and it basically just goes, hey, yeah, like, we're gonna make you sit on the Mobius chair and basically become Dr. Manhattan now.
God Toilet.
God Toilet, as Mary likes to call it.
You mean Quantum Superman? Because he's not. It's Quantum Superman. That's what it is. Ugh. So mad.
Yeah, it's a weird time period.
Comics are weird.
Yeah, as Bob Shipman says on his channel, on his YouTube channel, comics are weird. Because I love that guy.
Here, just to make you guys feel better, I'll give you something. I hate Stephanie Brown more, but I think Linda Danvers is stupider.
Okay. That's fair, I guess.
Well, instead of hating Stephanie and thinking she's the stupidest, I think Linda Danvers is objectively kind of dumb, because they just stripped out a bunch of Silver Age elements for Supergirl and made it into a completely separate character.
Yeah.
I can name one character who's worse.
Who?
Or was worse upon their introduction, anyway.
Damian Wayne.
Close.
Start me off.
Only because... Silk.
Yes.
Cindy Moon.
Yes.
They introduced
Cindy
her
Moon on
solely
Creation
to be-
was, and you know how you can say he's right, because she literally was created by Slott to be Peter's fuck toy, and that's sad.
Like, say what you will about who was it? Who did Carly Cooper? Who created Carly Cooper based off their sister or
I
daughter
forget.
or someone? It was right before Slot, wasn't it?
Maybe.
Because it was right after One More Day, so it might have been
Straczynski?
maybe. That's gonna annoy me now. Carly Cooper. Do. Oh, okay. Dan Slott and Joe Quesada.
Okay, cool.
Okay, but anyways, say what you, because I know a lot of people hated on her because she was, dating. She was the Mary Jane after One More Day
Yeah.
for a Brand New Day, or I think it was One Moment in Time or Brand New Day. Anyways,
I believe the arc was called Bullshit.
no, it was Spider Shit. But when she got when Carly Cooper got introduced, a lot of people were hating on Slott, because she's not MJ.
Yep.
And that's why I feel that Slott created Cindy Moon for the whole original Sin arc solely so he could turn around and go, No, that is a fuck toy.
Dude, no, when Silk first showed up, all she wanted to do was bang Peter, and it was gross.
They
Because
tried.
they have, since they were bit by the same spider, their pheromones interact or something. So all they can do around each other is just make out.
It's gross.
It's hilariously bad. Like, well, not even hilarious. It's just sad.
That's why when people are like trying so desperately to make Silk a better character, and they have made her a better character, I'm like, okay, cool. That's for you. I respect you, and I respect what Silk has become, but I see what's here, and I'm just like, I can't. Like
The memories.
Like the memories. Like that's the reason why I don't read Spider-Man comics anymore, except for Miles. Like that's yours. You enjoy that. I'm gonna respect you for enjoying that. But like this is my reason as to why I can't get into that character.
I'm gonna be over here.
I'm gonna be over here. I respect you, but like I'm gonna be over here with my Black Lightning and my other things, and I'm gonna leave you alone. Like, yeah.
I will say they did course correct. They course corrected with the character.
Oh, definitely.
And she's a character that I like Silk a whole hell of a lot, and
I heard she even got like Pokemon and shit, and I was like, good for her.
And I think they did well with her, but I think what Marvel constantly screws up with is she is not a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's the same age as Peter.
Yeah, but
And-
Peter's a teenager now.
Is he?
No, he's still a 30, like a 20, 30 something. They keep bouncing between 20 and 30. That way they can keep him young.
Oh, okay.
But she was in the same class as Peter. She was on the field trip too, and then she got locked in a bunker for a bazillion years.
Yup.
She's basically Cass Kane in that respect.
Yeah?
Oh, no. Like, I have this whole thing about how Spider-Woman, Silk, and Spider-Gwen are basically just Batwoman, Cass Kane, and Stephanie Brown.
I believe that. I'll go with that. Yep.
No. I'm just saying that if you lay them all out apples to apples, like, they line up pretty easily. Even down to Spider-Woman and Batwoman doing, unconventional things as women that society would support. Kate is a lesbian, and Jess is a single mom, kind of a thing, with no man around.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a lesbian conversation for lesbian peoples.
It's a good concept. I respect it.
Oh no! I'm friends with this other group of lesbians, and we just talk about lesbian comics a lot.
Oh, okay, cool. That's good shit.
I had a third shot of Jack Daniels.
Well, on that, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this show, folks. Don't forget that you can listen to this podcast on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, whatever the hell they call themselves now, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, YouTube, all the great things. You can follow us on Twitter at PGP_podcast. You can follow the website on Twitter and Instagram at OnComicsGround, and you can check out the website on -comics-ground, if I can spell my own words, .com. That's not all the same thing. Where you could like check out all of our previews, reviews, solicitations, all that great stuff every weekday for you good people. We're probably gonna start rolling out graphic novel and back issue reviews to give people an idea of what you can read during this current crisis. So look out for that in the next couple of weeks. Oh, in the next week or so, we're gonna start getting that out. Give you people some good recommendations for you to check out on Comixology or Amazon when Amazon is able to deliver again. Because I hadn't heard about what the current what Amazon's rollout plan was, and then I tried to order a phone case for my new phone, and it said April 21st, and I was like, I have Amazon Prime, the hell? And then I read an article and was like, oh, I understand, cancel.
Yeah, their warehouses are getting outbreak.
Yeah, no, I'm good. So much respect to you, Amazon. You have my respect. So, AJ, you want to pimp all your stuff one last time before we sign off?
Let's see if I can get everything down. We've got the online comic database Kickstarter, which is going until April 20th. And I'm actually kind of really hoping we got the $1 tier for just a immortalized thank you on the website. Because going for quantity of fans, not quality. I kid. But we also have the Comic Archivist on YouTube, which I should be getting more videos out soon, either by recording new stuff or just remaking my old stuff that needs much better love. And also I'm the lead voice on Retrostatic Radio, a old-time radio show podcast where we remake old radio shows.
Wow. That's kind of fancy. I'll have to check that out.
I do love a radio show, though.
Same.
This Tuesday, we are doing Sorry Wrong Number, an old-time mystery show, and we're actually doing an all-female cast.
Ooh. If you ever need help with that, let me know. I would love to help with that kind of thing. That sounds kind of dope.
It actually... I enjoy it, but I'm a nerd.
Oh my god. Oh.
You okay?
No, I'm thinking of a movie the same name. Damn it.
Actually, that's where the movie came from.
Oh, really?
With Agnes Moorehead in the lead.
Yeah, because I know Barbara Stanwyck, she won an Oscar for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
What, 48? 47, 48, I think the movie came out.
And the radio show came out in, I want to say, either like a year or two before the movie.
Oh, shit.
And it became this huge phenomenon on the radio, and then it became the movie, which was big, and then, yeah. We also have The Hitchhiker, an episode of Dragnet, The Guiding Light.
I fucking love Dragon Man.
We have Joan Friday in that. Oh, I'm sorry, Josephine Friday in that.
Ooh.
Lone Ranger episode was weird.
Ooh.
And Duffy's Tavern, which no one ever heard of. But it's hilarious.
I have stuff to listen to later. I'm excited. Because I need stuff to listen to while I play Minecraft. So that'll be fun. I've been listening... Oh, go ahead.
No, after you, man.
I've been listening to Welcome to Night Vale for a while, and it's like the creepy factor is starting to get to me.
Oh, then you should listen to King's Fall AM.
Oh my god, Welcome to Night Vale, that's a name I haven't heard in years.
Well, it got recommended to me recently, and I was like, there was like 100 some odd episodes, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll start at the beginning. And it just keeps getting creepier the more I play Minecraft and Bloodborne, and I'm just like, this is getting weird. Especially when I'm playing like a freaking gothic horror video game, like Lovecrafty and shit, and I'm like, this is getting weird while the video game is getting weird, and I don't know how I feel about it. But no, once again,
it just reminded me of.
Oh god.
Like, I want to say, right when I started with this show, doing the Comic Archivist, I spent like a full month of binge watching nothing but like Marble Hornets, Tribe 12, Everyman Hybrid, literally everything involving Slender Man.
Oh god.
You know you did done fucked up when Marvel Hornets is better than your studio feature film.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can we not talk about always watching a Marble Hornets story? I'm gonna start just crawling under my desk now. Oh, fuck. That may be the worst, like, indie idea to major movie. I use air quotes for major, but that might be the worst adaptation film. No. Okay, it's in the top 5. But, yeah.
Well, Aiden, thank you once again for coming onto the show.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Like I said, anytime, as long as everyone likes me.
Oh, definitely.
For sure.
I mean, like, Mary and Travis want your blood for Stephanie, but, like, I'll protect you. It's okay. All right.
My hero.
All right. Well, AJ, since you're the guest, what is your closing statement for this episode of Panel to Panel?
My closing statement will be the one I always give at the end of my videos. Stay golden, Inklings.
Okay. Travis, what is your closing statement for this episode of Panel to Panel?
Tim Drake's a cop.
But that totally cut out. You should try that again, sir.
No, keep it like that.
All I heard
Drake's
was
a cop.
Tim Drake is a cop? Okay.
Is a cop. Fuck 12.
Oh my god. Okay. Mary, do I even want to know what your closing statement is?
Okay, one, I really need to stop making mixed drinks before panel to panel, and two, Stephanie Brown is
Okay.
She just cut out too. This is perfect.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
I'm guessing she said
okay,
terrible.
One, I said I need to stop making mixed drinks before panel to panel, and two, Stephanie Brown is terrible.
Okay. My closing statement, as always, is support your local comic book shop in any way you can. Stephanie Brown and Tim Drake are the best, and I don't care what you say. And we will catch you folks right here next time on